tell us a little bit about what was the highlight? Like what were some of the key moments that you witnessed that you would like to highlight for us?
Currently, what are some of the things that typically come to mind?
Where the need is great. Deduce that who is most rightful of our zakah.
There you go. So it's fun. And if you think they don't understand you, they're speaking Arabic, just be like, mumkin, mumkin.
Give tax receipts after. So when you're filling out this, they ask you if I want her to do it, yes. So you have to fill out your name, your email, your street address, your city, all this. Everybody, he's gonna speak in Arabic, that is gonna explain it in English, so please.
اسمع شيء otherwise تعتمد لا الوقت اللي وراك
يا حبيبتي قاعدة شكل حالك.
What point order you يلا تكلم مع حالك بس جيت اخذت مهندس انا سيبك من التيم طب ايه ضربتي حاسه؟ طب لا
It's one thing to just give the money, it's another thing to show up and be in collaboration. That is how you build communities. And before we begin with the good honor citation, I want to give a gentle reminder for anyone looking to pray. Downstairs there is a prayer room. And we're going to start with first a land acknowledgement, so we can.
والد وما ولد لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد.
Currently, what are some of the things that typically come to mind? People say algebra, people say certain things in medicine, people say Abbas ibn Firnas tried to take flight in Al-Andalus 1,000 years ago. These are the things that we typically think of. But what we don't tell people about is zakat, that we have this beautiful thing that is the third pillar of Islam that has been practiced consistently, and it is no exaggeration to say it is the most consistently practiced instrument.
So when the crisis unfolded and you were basically there as a student, and now you're in the front lines, you're basically volunteered as a nurse now, and tell us a little bit about what was the highlight. Like what were some of the key moments that you witnessed that you would like to highlight for us? Whether it's the resilience of the people, whether it was the suffering. I know it was a mixture of both of it. I mean, they kind of go hand in hand together. But tell us a little bit about the people there and what they were kind of going through, and how were you able to come to the aid of the folks that were on the front lines?
So, before this time, this war happened, Gaza faced a lot of aggressions and wars, and there was always an escalation that was going on. Bringing this up, when I started nursing, anywhere in the world, the first case or patient you deal with your instructor and the group you're with, like it was second year university, and the most we've done before was just be in lab at the university. The first case I had to deal with when I was a student, it was an injured person from the Great March of Return during 2018, 2019. And I remember in that group, 3 of my colleagues, they fainted. And 2 of them actually, they dropped out of nursing. It's like, we don't know what nursing is like this. And the case we dealt with, actually, his right leg, there was only the two bones that were showing. So we were giving each other doses in between his bone, like his two bones. And this was the first ever case I've seen as a nursing student.
Where the need is great. So we know that Islam teaches you and I that we can never be selfish. We have to be selfless. And this is why there's the concept of ummah. We've heard of the famous narration. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, states and says that when there is one part of the body that is in pain, the rest of the body feels and activates for one another in good, and do not assist one another. Do not aid one another in evil. So we have to base every action of ours on this profound verse, that whatever I'm doing, is it aiding, is it bringing out goodness, mercy, blessing, as well as support for one another. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, deduced that who is most rightful of our zakah? Who has the most right to our mandatory charity? It's the people that are closest to us. If we constantly send وَلَا يَحُضُّ عَلَى طَعَامِ
I had my second boy, and I ended up having really bad complications.
Coming over to Scarborough, we'll talk about some of the other figures as well. There are currently 250 families. We get a lot of people that come to us seeking that aid. Now, moving on to a little bit about what National Zakat Foundation, the Zakat Foundation's Night of Gratitude. And if you are someone who is young, perhaps you haven't come into money yet, or perhaps you yourself are struggling right now, we all make dua. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in your wealth to increase you in goodness, so that you are able to give.
Your brother or sister. When your mother or father are hungry next door, you should feel that. Because otherwise, please keep that in mind as you're watching and seeing the volunteers go around with their clovers. What is the difference between how you are showing up for a brother or sister?
Yes, yes. Yeah, ask your friend. Yeah, sure. Wow.
Thank you.
You have to give the receipt also, Ira?
It's gonna come out on. You got somebody? MashaAllah. Like this and this one. Cool.
You went to God. Let's get. Oh, really?
They're basically like their headquarters in like the US, and they have like their tech office. It's a quantum computing startup.